Reaper and Galaxy both just got silent buffs in this newest update. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about exactly how and what about them got buffed. To do this, I'm comparing my old corrupted videos to what my corrupted ones do now. But don't worry, if you have a regular one, that's fine as well. You can just scale it accordingly. I'm just doing mine corrupted because I only ever showcase them corrupted. So that's the only thing I have to go off of. Also, join my Discord because we do giveaways all the time as well. And subscribe. So first off is Galaxy. I'm going to be using the moves and then telling you by what I think they got increased by. So for Galactic Blast, when I use this and I compare it to my corrupted one from past, it seems like it doesn't really do any more damage, but maybe a little, like a touch more. And I think that kind of goes same for the flight, doing 41,000. I don't really think it does that much more. Again, if these two, the first two abilities did get buffed, it was by like 0 to like 4%, somewhere in that ballpark. But the third move is kind of where it seems to pick up a bit. The Galactic Destruction doesn't really do much more damage, but it has crazy range now. Like I'm hitting that tree up there. That's kind of insane. Now it still really doesn't do any damage at all, especially if you don't have this corrupted. Like the third move just isn't a move, but it's kind of cool that it can hit like the entire map now. For the fourth move, Supernova, this move does significantly more. Taking for 15,000, I think Supernova got like a 2 to 2.5x buff, something like, or maybe 2 to 2.5 buff. It does way more damage than it used to. And then the final move, Black Hole, it doesn't do as much as Supernova, but it does way more damage than it used to itself. This one kind of seems like it got like a 1.75 times buff, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but I think it was a 1.75x buff, because Black Hole used to just be like a joke ability, like a just like you're trolling kind of ability, but now it kind of seems like it can help. And yeah, those are the buffs for Galaxy. Next is Reaper. I had to walk away or the summon would just start going ham on the dot. Yeah, there he goes. But I don't think the first or second move do any more damage really. These moves look like they got a 0% buff, but Deathquake is where it picks up like crazy. It's doing 24,000 per proc, almost 25, which would be 12.5 not corrupted, which is still pretty good. I think that's like a 1.85 to 2 times buff. It's very steep. Before, like, Deathquake wasn't really all that good. Now I think it's actually usable and will help clear a lot, especially since you can move with it. And for Diablo, pretty much its final move outside of the transformation, that also, god, that shakes my screen so much. I think this got like a 1.5 to 1.75 times buff, which is very solid, and something that Reaper and Galaxy both got as their last two, like, you know, kind of their two strongest moves got really steep buffs, but their first two moves didn't really get buffed at all. So I think that's worth noting. And then Reaper also got this really cool dash. I mean, I like this dash a lot. I think this dash is really cool. And it even works in transformation. And that's how Reaper and Galaxy both got buffed. My thoughts, Galaxy is still comfortably the worst mythic in the game, and it's not exactly close. This buff is a step in the right direction, but it still needs way more before it's viable. Like maybe an Awakening, who knows? Just throwing the thought out there. Next is Reaper, and to be honest, Reaper didn't really need a buff. It just needed an M1. Reaper's problem isn't that it's not that it doesn't do enough damage. Its problem is that it's boring to clear with mostly, like really slow clear times. But after this buff, Reaper's clear time will be a tad bit better since its Quake move can kind of help clear faster. Its boss damage won't increase that much since most of its boss damage comes from its minions, but it will increase a bit. But yeah, it's a solid buff to two elements that have largely been neglected as power creep has just completely swept them away. But I don't think the buffs move the needle too much, honestly. But tell me your thoughts because I'm interested to hear them as I'm still very conflicted on these buffs. Thanks for watching. See you.